As the founder of ImmJuss LLC, I am proud to offer services that can help improve your mood and overall quality of life. I understand the importance of self-care and mental health. I have dedicated my time to discovering how art, music, and smells can help bring joy into people's lives. ImmJuss LLC offers a wonderful collection of paintings, extraordinary scented candles made with natural herbs and flowers, consulting services for advice and listening, as well as moon water. Visit ImmJussLLC.com. No matter your needs or desires, you'll find something special here.
What's up, you guys? Your good sis is going through some technical situation. Let me get this together. Let me put this up here for you guys. Let me see. I want to talk about Get Out, and I want to talk about Us. Those movies. Let me see. Why is this not coming? Okay, there you go. All right. It wasn't trying to come up for me at first. It was not trying to come up for me at first. I don't know what is going on with that. All right. So I want to talk about these two, and I don't know why my thing switched over. All right, so let's talk about Get Out, you guys. I love these movies, Get Out and Us. I love these movies, but let's talk about it. Get Out is a 2017 American psychological horror film. It's a thriller. It's a thriller. However, it was co-produced and directed by Jordan Peele. And I should have put Nope in this as well. Hold on? I'm sitting up here. I was watching stuff as I was doing. I should have put Nope in this as well, but your good sis didn't. I did the I literally I watched out for this and I did the research for this a while ago before I even did the MK Ultra and all those other videos. However, I needed to build it up, because if I had just put out what I think about these movies and you guys, I didn't like build it up to explain a lot of the MK Ultra and all that other stuff, I would have lost y'all. So it's a psychological film. It was written and co-directed by Jordan Peele. It's a 2017 film. The plot, in a prologue sequence, a man was thought of a suburban neighborhood. He walked through a suburban neighborhood and he was kidnapped and abducted, by somebody else in a white Porsche. The Chris Washington is a black photographer. That's the main person. That's the person you see on the film right now in the chair. He's a black photographer from Brooklyn, New York. He prepared for a weekend to visit upstate New York to meet the family of his Caucasian girlfriend, Rose. Rose is the white girl he went to New York with, y'all. Hesitant, he asked Rose if her family knows that, he's black. Do they know I'm a Negro? She was like, oh, you're good. But she assures him, he good and they're not racist. Everything's all good. The night that they arrive, Missy pressured Chris into a hypotherapy. Missy is the mom. So that's when you see him. He's in his chair right there that y'all see on the screen. He wasn't making his facial expression, but he was in that chair, y'all. He at first she was like, oh, you would do it. He was like, no, I'm good. She was like, no, let me do this. He was like, no, I'm good. And so, he while they do that, he falls into a sunken place. He falls. He goes into that place. Now, let me tell you what happened right there. She was testing him. She was testing him to see if he was able to be hypnotized. She wanted to see if he would catch on. And if you guys had watched my MK Ultra segment, I tell you during that segment that one of the things that they do is they test people to see if the program will stick, because they don't want somebody whose program's not going to stick and y'all end up going rogue. So that was happening there. So after that, he was like, yeah, that's wild. That's weird. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So then after that, we go to the scene where dozens of wealthy white people arrive, at their annual get together to express their admirations for they're like Chris Physique. They're like, yo, you are nice. Look at these arms. Look at these legs. You know what I'm saying? And they talk about stuff like how they like Tiger Woods and stuff like that. And there's a dude named Jim Hudson, that's an art dealer he went blind because he was old. I don't know if it was because he was old. I don't know why, but he went blind. Okay. He takes particular interest in Chris and his photography skills. Chris meets another black man, Logan, who behaves strangely. That's the dude, you know what I'm saying, who nose start bleeding and all that other stuff. And they say he behaved strangely, like Walter and Georgina. Georgina's the maid, if y'all don't remember, but in reality, that's the grandma. Y'all, it's a lot. All right. So, and is married to much an older white woman. Chris phones his friend, the chunky one that I forgot his name. I forgot his name. But he plays the friend. And he sent him the picture of the dude, and he was like, you know him? He was like, yeah, that's so and so, that dude. So he sent him a photo of Logan, but then he tried to take a picture of Logan. When the flash go off, that's when his nose started bleeding. When the flash went off, Logan got. Do you guys remember back in the day where back in the day, like our people did not want to take pictures? They said when you take pictures, it took a piece of your soul. And it's wild, it's crazy, because when I was watching that and I saw, the picture and the flash and how people would freak out, it reminded me how our people back in the day was conditioned to not take photos because they said it takes a part of your soul. So it took a picture of him, and then when he sent to his friend, he was like, oh yeah, that's so and so. So let me get into let's see. Away, the party, Chris tells Rose they should leave. Meanwhile, the party guests they start a silent auction with bingo cards. And if you guys had paid attention, the bingo cards was a price. When they had like B and they had the number, that was a price. That's how they had their auction. That was them buying and selling blacks. That was indicative of slavery days. However, if you guys had looked into a couple of my videos, I told you guys the slavery days, the Holocaust, those were all ways to try to what's the word? They experimented. They needed bodies. They needed bodies to experiment on. I got my notes here, y'all. And not only that, but I told you guys in my Thanksgiving video that Christopher Columbus, Thanksgiving is connected, in slavery. That's all connected. The people that they was not able to, they have a lot of Black Americans believing that Indians they would never give up. Okay. And so they had to bring people from Africa here to get them to do what they wanted them to do. However, the people that came to America, Christopher Columbus, his homies, all of them, they knew witchcraft. They knew spells. They knew that stuff. And so Thanksgiving wasn't just a slaughter. It wasn't just that, but it was also a way for them to magically as well as physically poison the food. I don't think you guys understand. To this day, Black Americans, we won't just eat anybody's cooking. Oh, hey y'all, I didn't even know there was people in here. Hey trees. Um, to this day, we don't eat anybody's cooking. And a lot of people believe that, like, if you was to ask yourself, where does that come from? Why is it we don't eat, just like we won't eat people's cooking? It comes from the fact somewhere down the line we had to have been traumatized with that. They want us to believe it was the quote unquote Salem witch trials. No, no, they're always trying to flip the script and to tell us our enemies is our either us, our people, or someone outside of the real one. History is never written by the people that was overcame. History is always written by the people that won. Look, so I try to explain to you guys at Thanksgiving, what had happened. So they did their little auction, right? And so he was trying to tell his girlfriend, look, something is going on. Something is not right. This is crazy. I don't like this. So he went there with who he thought was the maid, but it was really her grandmother. And was like, Grandma, she's getting weird. I don't know where my phone is. I done lost stuff. And she was like, oh, boo, you lost stuff. And then he went to his room and realized, hold on. She is unplugging my cell. Look, she is diddling with my devices. And he ain't like that. All right, so let me see. It says, away at the party, Chris tells Rose that though I already read that to y'all guys. I'm reading the wiki of what they say the story's about. Then I'm going to let you know what I believe the historical, and as I read it, I'm going to tell you my historical and spiritual explanation of this. He tries to leave the house, but Rose and her family lock him in. Chris attacks Jeremy, but Missy uses hypnotic triggers to knock him out, sending him to this. You hear that? Hypnotic triggers. When I was talking about MK Ultra, I was telling you guys about triggers. There's a lot of little hidden eggs in this film. And so, like, they hit him out with a hypnotic trigger. A trigger word or a trigger phrase is something that takes you out of reality and puts you into an altered state, to where as though someone can tell you what they want you to do and how they need you to feel, and you can now they can bring forth an altered personality. A lot of times people with triggers that can be triggered easily, or their triggers are malfunctioning, or somebody who's been through a lot of trauma, because this is trauma-based programming. They are deemed DID, that's dissociative identity disorder, and that means they have multiple personalities. It used to be called multiple personalities, but it's not called that no more. It's called DID. So hold on, it's called DID. So why is this? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I be paying attention to the wrong stuff sometimes. So let me see. Let's go. And so Jeremy comes to fetch Chris for surgery. So by this time he knocks her out, then the brother comes, was like, you're gonna get surgery. You're gonna have surgery done. But I want to back up. I want to back up to the beginning of the movie. In the beginning of the movie, he hits a deer. And not only that, but they also have a deer on their wall in the movie. I want to share this one with you guys. I want y'all guys to see this. Let me see. I want you guys to see the spiritual meaning of deers in mythology. And I want you to understand mythology ain't really a myth, y'all. They just say that. Deers have significant roles in mythology. The various of deers are people located all over the world, such as objects of worship, the incarnation of deities, and the object of heroic quest. The deer also symbolize connections to the supernatural, the otherworldly, the fairy realm, being a messenger. But I'm going to take you down to what I believe. What's going on, computer? What's going on? Okay. Hold on. Because my computer is cutting. Let me see. Can I do it? All right. Dang, this is cutting up. I don't know what. Maybe I made it too big. All right, let's go to the Greek. All right, in Greek mythology, the deer is particularly associated with Artemis. Her role as a virginal huntress. The dude act after witnessing the nude figure of Artemis bathing in the pool was transformed by Artemis into a stag that his own hounds tore to pieces. So the deer is associated with Artemis. See, Artemis is the goddess of the hunt, the wilderness, wild animal, nature, vegetation, childbirth, care for children, and chastity. In later times, she was identified as Selene, the personification of the moon. Now, the reason why I put it on here, the Greek mythology, is well, usually a lot of well, I'm not gonna put it like that. Well, I don't want to get into, because y'all know I will venture off into a whole nother thing. But Greek mythology highly it borrows a lot from the ancient Egyptian. They just changed the names, changed the cut, the tone, and so that is why I believe that throughout the movie there was depictions of deers being slaughtered. Not only that, but they put deer in there because Artemis is the goddess of the hunt. They was hunting humans. They was hunting them and then using them to, and it says that she was a virgin, right? And so if you guys remember, the daughter was seducing the men and the brother was kidnapping the men, right? And if you remember, the family had old money. Her family had old money. They wasn't a new money family. They was an old money family. And he also had mentioned something like what he was doing was in his family for a while. Like they had perfected this. And that takes me back to when I tell y'all about the slavery days, because the house they was in looked like one of those houses. I ain't gonna hold you. You know? And so also the man that had already been in a sunken place, he had a brand behind his ear. And in my cloning video, I told you guys, if y'all would pay attention, now the brand behind his ear was the numerical digit 3, the 3 lines and the doot doot. All of our celebrities have those. A nice majority of them, they have numerical numbers tattooed on their body. I'm just saying. So I want you guys, what y'all see here being done. I don't know if I look, they might hit my channel for this. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to show you guys this without them hitting my channel, because I want you guys to see this part of the movie yourselves. This is a part of the actual movie. They're gonna possibly hit my channel for this. I ain't gonna hold you. This is when they knocked him out and then they put what was going on. And the blind dude, he comes on the television.
Wait. Hey, Chris. How's it going, buddy? You can answer. There's an intercom in the room.
Where's Rose?
Oh, you dirty dog. Now, you're one of the lucky ones. Trust me, Jeremy's wrangling method sounds way less pleasant. I'm supposed to answer any outstanding questions, concerns you may have so far. Apparently, our common understanding of the process has a positive impact on the success rate of the procedure.
Now, did you hear what he said? He said that our understanding of the process has an impact on how successful the procedure is. we see this all the time when we talk about, you know, pre-programming, and they have to tell you what they're going to do to you, or else it really isn't going to work. And so you have to be programmed. You have to know, like, you have to understand what's going to happen to you, or else it's not going to work. Not only that, but if you don't know what's happened to you, you also can't protect yourself from it. So it's a double-edged sword for the people that are being hurt or targeted, because if you don't know what they're doing to you, you can't protect yourself. However, if you don't know what they're doing to you, it won't be successful. You see how that works? So they have, like, to them, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, if I don't tell them what's going on, you know, it's not going to be. And they also believe that their karma won't come to them because you knew what was going to happen. So, and this is, I'm not just talking about the movie, I'm talking about real life. I am talking about real life. I am talking about how you are told by the government what is going to happen to you. And you're like, how they know that? Why they figure that? And then something happens to you and you just accept it. And not even just the government. I'm talking about in your life in general.
You could give a shit, right? Okay. Just let me just tell you what it is. Phase 1 was the hypnotism. That's how they sedate you. Phase 2 is this. Mental preparation. It's basically psychological pre-op.
Yeah.
For phase 3, the transplantation. Well, partial, actually. The piece of your brain connected to your nervous system needs to stay put, keeping those intricate connections intact. So you won't be gone, not completely. A sliver of you will still be in there somewhere, limited consciousness. You'll be able to see and hear what your body is doing, but your existence will be as a passenger. An audience. You'll live in
The sunken place.
Now you're in the sunken place.
Yeah, that's what she calls it. Now, I'll control the motor function, so I'll be
Me. You'll be me.
Now, they call this different things. They call it selling your soul, possession. They call it a lot of things. Now they are being very upfront about the fact that they can transfer consciousness. They're telling us they can transfer your consciousness from one place to another, and you can live forever. Immortality.
good. You got it quick. Good on you.
Why us? Huh? Why black people?
Who knows? People want to change. Some people want to be stronger, faster, cooler.
Black is in fashion.
But please don't lump me in with that. You know, I could give a shit what color you are. No. What I want is deeper. I want your eye, man.
If you look at my video that I made about, hey, Boopsie. Yes, the ancient Egyptians did this. When the Knights of Templar went down, went there to the Middle East, they learned these techniques. They brought them back. They did. They got kicked out. They went to Poland, and then guess where they went? To what we call today the Americas. Yes. This is what they call the rebirth. This is why they have Jesus dying, going to bed for 3 days, and then resurrection. This transfer is why we always hear about the resurrection. It's about the resurrection. I talked a lot about this in my cloning AI humanism one. But yes, they have been doing this. The ancient Egyptians did this, learned this from the Sumerians. They was taught this by what the Bible called the fallen ones. And I believe I did touch on that too. So it is a very old tradition.
I want those things you see through.
This is crazy.
Okay, I'm done.
So, yeah. I want you guys to see something else. Hold on. Let me get it together. Oh, shit. Why is it cutting off? I'm cutting up. All right.
They've just developed the first DNA hard drive Microsoft has. 1 gram of DNA can store 433 petabytes of data. So they've created a digital DNA hard drive. So now we have the capability of transferring consciousness into a storage capacity. We can literally take a skin cell from your body, create a clone of you up to whatever age specified, and then transfer your consciousness from your body, your mind, into that new avatar. They've just developed the first DNA hard drive Microsoft has. 1 gram of DNA can store 4
file in the Illuminati archive. Okay, that's Keanu now, and here he is in Bram Stoker's Dracula in 1992. He's barely aged a day. How old are these photos? And who are all these women? Hollywood immortals?
The Illuminati has spread their message using the charisma of actors for centuries, but get this, they found a way to keep them alive so their star power never dies.
Hollywood's leading men are making themselves immortal using the blood of young women. They're all hundreds of years old.
Every ageless leading man is one of them. Nicolas Cage, Brad Pitt, Larry David, and the most bloodthirsty of them all, Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's why they all take 19-year-old models who we never see again for their blood.
Shit, I have to go to my next cleanup job. Someone on the internet found out Margot Robbie is CGI. Call me later.
Ricky, you gotta tell
New file in the Illuminati archive.
So yes, as you can see, they have been telling us that they can put our minds into data. They can do that. They're bragging about it now. All right, so let's go to the next movie, y'all. Us and the Tethered, y'all. Oh, look out, y'all. Your good sis was over here taking out my hair. I was taking out my hair. All right. Us came in 2019. So Us is 2 years after Get Out. It's an American psychological horror film. It was also written and directed by Jordan Peele. It was starring Lupita and a few other people. The plot, it says, in 1986, young Adelaide Thomas wandered from her parents while they was at the fair, y'all. 33, the number 33, peep it. 33 years later, an adult Adelaide reluctantly goes on vacation with her husband. You know, then they sitting out there, they chillaxing, they go to the fair, they do all that stuff. Comes to find the heck out, the Adelaide that was at the fair and all that other stuff was one of the people that was underground, y'all. She was one of the underground people that came up. You know, the underground people, they done broke free. They was all over the streets killing the other half because they was under the ground and they were supposed to stay there, but they didn't. Because the baby Adelaide that went under there, she was like, we about to revolt. Because she was really from up top. And she was like, I ain't even supposed to be down here. This ain't my place. But she saw a lot of people that she knew. And she was like, I know you. She knew her. She seen her daddy. He was over there punching walls and stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just saying. She was like, I know y'all. Y'all look so familiar. So she stayed at a coup. And they got up out of there. I ain't going to hold you. In the beginning, it's called Monkey Paw. Monkey Paw Films. And if you didn't know about, is it called Monkey Paw Films? I think it is. Let me see. But if you don't know about Monkey Paw Production, Monkey Paws grant wishes. If you guys didn't know, you have certain amount of fingers on the paw, and for every wish, the fingers go down. So take that any way that you want. She had a prize, at the numbers 11. 11 is a master number. Okay, the number 11 was so heavy in this movie. Her prize was number 11. They talked about Jeremiah 11:11. 11 11 is really it's look, let me see, because I didn't put it up here for you guys. I be trying, because I was doing this. Hold on. All right, let's see. So let's say this. In Hebrew, the number 1111 is profound. Going God Zo, and is defined as, I can't pronounce that, and I don't want to do that. In ancient traditions, believe that 1111 is a sign from God. This is because the ancient Hebrew name for God, Yahweh or YHWH, has been written to resemble 4 ones. In numerology, 1111 is an alert from an angelic energy that you are supported by forces you cannot see. It also gives you the confirmation that everything is on schedule and divinely guided to your world. Spiritualists call this event the 1111 phenomenon. All right, so Jeremiah 11:11. Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. That don't sound like the tether coming up and cutting all the way up. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. He's like, look, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I ain't got nothing to do with y'all. I'm tired. That's what God said. He said, I'm tired. I don't want to deal with y'all. I don't. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Y'all do what y'all got to do. Y'all should have left them alone. So that is a heavy, one of the heavy symbolisms in there, 11 or 1111. Also, something else that's hard and heavy in there is the rabbit, the white rabbit. I have something I want to show you guys about that. The white rabbit. I didn't do a video about this, but I will. I promise you I will. About the white rabbit. And that is with the MK Ultra Pro, what is it? Monarch programming. It's the Follow the White Rabbit is Alice in Wonderland programming. And let me see. Did I hope I saved it, y'all. I want to show y'all. I really hope they are going to demonetize this video. I know they're going to. I know it, bro. Let me see. I know this is not going to be monetized. So let's talk about following the white rabbit. Let me see. First of all, hold on. Let me play this one. This is about the Balenciaga scandal. I want y'all to see this. It's Alice in Wonderland programming. It's part of MK Ultra.
Balenciaga photos. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about the little white rabbit that was placed in all the pictures. And if you haven't heard, there are quite a few theories that go along with this white rabbit. And one theory was the one about the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. And this theory revolves around the fact that if you follow the white rabbit, it will ultimately lead you to the truth, whatever it may be. The white rabbit also symbolizes curiosity, and it says that if you follow it long enough, you will discover depraved and degenerate things. Things like the child documents that were placed in some of the photos. But there is another theory that is circling around, and it's the QAnon conspiracy theory. And this theory claims that the white rabbit is a symbol for the drug adrenochrome. And it says, according to misinformation, adrenochrome is being harvested by liberal elites from the blood of kidnapped children. And it claims that the drug offers immortality to people who consume it. And
now you guys can say that's not true, but I have a video. I have a video on this very channel that if you guys look up, it will show you one of the facilities where this was being harvested. And it will give you the names of the people, the children. Sorry, it'll give you the names of the children. It's on this channel. I promise you. It'll give you the names of the children. It will give you their what do they call it? Because they called them inmates. It'll give you their inmates number. It'll give you their birth date and their death date. It's on my channel. I'll look for it. But they'll tell you that this isn't true. But I literally looked through documents and found one of their facilities. I believe it was in New York. I don't remember exactly where it is. It was in an abandoned building. And a lot of people say, oh, we got to look at the tunnels. It's not always the tunnels. But in this movie, it was the tunnels. So I'm going to keep playing.
this is the symbol of adrenochrome when it's turned 90 degrees. And it's said to look like a white rabbit. But this theory doesn't stop there. So they also claim that this was shown in the movies Monsters, Inc. When the monsters went into the room and scared the children, they were harvesting their fear. And some people say that they were actually taking adrenochrome from the children. What do you think about this theory? Let me know in the comments if you want to see more.
Like, they really put this in our face. They put this in your face and until you don't believe it. I'm just telling you, I'm just showing you what was put in our faces. Back to the movie Us. Okay, so the tethered apparently are the people living underground. The tether they're predicted or they're portrayed as people in red. The people on the top is, they're portrayed people in white. So you got the white versus the red. Now, when she says, oh, what a tethered are people that was they took blood from the people on the top and they made and created these people at the bottom. Now, what you don't know is that it's not just stem cell. I mean, it's not just like what is it? Aborted. I don't want to say it. It's not just those that have stem cells, but there's some period, from my understanding, that it has stem cells in it too. They create another human being, but the problem was that they couldn't make normal people because there was no soul. And remember with the other one, with Us, Get Out, they was doing they was doing a transfer. But if you notice with Get Out, they was transferring one person to the other one, but they couldn't get rid of that other individual. It was still stuck in there. So they knew how to transfer consciousness, but they had the problem of the fact that they could not just pull a soul out of nowhere and putting it into a person. The tethered were people with no souls. Because of that, all they could ever be was a connection to the person above ground. So whatever happened to the person above ground happened to them. I hope I am not losing you guys. So what's really crazy and what's really wild is, hold on, I want to show you guys some stuff, some articles. I said something to you guys about this as well during my cloning thing. Let me see. All right, it says the U.S. Army trains soldiers underground in a number of ways. In March of 2023, the U.S. Army participated in an underground training exercise called the Exercise Warrior Shield in South Korea. The drill include breaching. Hold on. Sorry. Breaching entrances into underground buildings and operations through tunnels beneath cities to avoid sensors and monitors and monitor surface activity. shipping containers. The goal is for the units is to able to conduct sub-Saharan training at home stations and above ground maze-like structures. Fort Moore. Soldiers from able companies, 1st Battalion, 15 Cavalry Regiment conduct training into the barracks. So U.S. soldiers, it says in Korea. I just read that to you. So they are training soldiers. In 2023, they was training soldiers in underground combat. They said it was in North Korea. To strengthen U.S. and ROK collaborations across all domains while improving the tactics and procedures. However, if you guys remember, hold on, I need you guys to remember this. I don't know how they be. Let me see. You remember these? Burials on New York Island are not new, but increased during the pandemic. You remember in the pandemic, the crazy thing is they want us to forget. They want us to forget that they had a plethora of children that they was pulling out of them daggone. Do you remember that? Allegedly, y'all. Allegedly. And they was burying these people on Hart Island. I think I'm going to research and look up Hart Island. They was burying these people on Hart Island. Now, I know me a couple of New Yorkers, and ain't nobody. How do you have hundreds of unclaimed people? No. Let me refuse it. How do you have thousands of unclaimed people? Even the crackheads in New York have friends. Every crackhead in the hood have people that would notice if they disappeared. After this happened, nobody came up and was like, yo, where's so-and-so? I know, we all know. No offense, New Yorkers, but y'all are loud, okay? Y'all are a little aggressive. Y'all are. And if y'all folks was to start going, y'all would be on the streets, y'all would just have a lot to say about that. And if y'all wasn't like that, honestly, I would be like, you know what, maybe that's true. But no, New Yorkers, they don't be playing about theirs. You ain't finna just take their folk, and even if it was people that was, going and passing away, and they would be pissed if they wasn't able to bury their family. They'll be mad if you just taking them off and putting them on the island and they couldn't even visit their grave. Like, we're supposed to believe that. Y'all remember those white tents that was outside? That was out there? They had the white tents. So there is tunnels. There's a lot of tunnels. I do believe that I have a what is that? Dang, I forgot what it is. But I do have another social media thing. I forgot what it's called, y'all. But on there, I talked about human farms because I couldn't talk about that on YouTube. So I talked about human farms, and I put a compilation video together about human farms. Let me see. It might still be on my and how they have women make kids and they don't register them, so people don't know that they're here, and they could do whatever they want to for them, like with them children, just like in a cult. They do that. So let me see, what is it called? Oh, I can't think of the name, y'all. Dang, I forgot what it's called that I have that on, but I did that. It's a couple of videos that I put on there that I couldn't put on YouTube. So yes, the Tethered Us pretty much is about, to me, with what you follow the white rabbit. If you notice, the white rabbit is all around. White rabbit, the monarch butterfly, because you have triggers, you have when you are and we are being programmed. If you remember with the MK Ultra, when I did that video, their whole, what they wanted to do was be able to mass program us on. They want to do it on a mass level. That's what they wanted to do. And I honestly believe that to an extent they did it. They're able, they did it. I ain't gonna hold you, because there's so many people out here that I just look at and they're just so brainwashed, and I just be like, damn, that's crazy. Like, dang, like, really? That's wild. Dang. And I just be feeling bad, like, dang, man. Because it's like, it's a lot easier to just go on with life not knowing how complicated and crazy shit really is. Not having a comprehension that there are people out here that really want to hurt you and that really don't see you as nothing but labor, meat, or something to do. But yeah. So, and not only that, but there's also in a few what is that, parks, you know, those parks that is government parks where they tell you you can't film, you can't do this. There's tunnels leading there. From stories that I've heard, there are tunnels in Disneyland. There are tunnels in a lot of different places. And it, you know, what was really crazy about this movie is that one of the tunnels was in a traveling circus. That was wild to me, because that opened up a whole new possibility about traveling circuses and carnivals, because they go from place to place. That these two movies, Us and Get Out, Nope as well, but to me, Nope was different. But Us and Get Out, he really like brought forth a lot of things. There's a lot of little Easter eggs hidden in there. I'm gonna do a video about Easter, just like I'm gonna do a video about Christmas. I'm gonna do a video about Christmas and the truth about Christmas, and I'm gonna do a video about Easter, because y'all gotta understand the reality. That's why I didn't touch too much on the white rabbit and the rabbit and all that. And look, I'm gonna do one on Easter, the rebirth and all of that, because of Jesus. So y'all, that was my historical and all of that stuff about Get Out and Us. So if you guys have any questions about that, let me know in the comments. Please let me know if you have any questions, or if there's something that you want me to touch on that I haven't touched on, let me know and I will do it. I promise you. And it's about to be an hour. I try not to go too much over an hour. And so thank you guys, and y'all have a blessed day.